So welcome to the next GeoBoost video regarding ground source heat pump systems. Now it's part 4, and I will show you something about horizontal collectors and closed loop systems. Here you see such a horizontal collector. It is quite very shallow implemented in the underground. So we also call it the very shallow geothermal because it's just a few meters in the underground where we implement such horizontal collectors as you see here in a very low depth. This can vary quite a lot because we have several systems available. What is important for the design is the size of the field which you use for the horizontal collector. This must be linked to the demand side of the house, of course. So if the house has a large demand, then of course you have to size your horizontal collector system bigger. So of course, what we know a lot different types of so-called horizontal collectors. This is a trench collector. So this is actually going a little bit in the vertical direction as well. But we know a lot different designs of such horizontal collectors. So you can have one loop, you can have more loops, you can have a loop in a spiral form, and so on. So you see here some of those different types, which we know. And you see also here some of the construction. This is laying in a sand bed. A sand bed is, first of all, the sand has quite a good thermal conductivity, and second, it is that you not should avoid that the pipes crack, and if you lay it directly on rocks, actually it can happen that it cracks. So a sand bed is quite favorable for that. But of course, what is also important for horizontal collectors, it's that first of all, the ground heat collectors get the heat from relatively cold zones in the underground because we are not so deep. If you go deeper in the underground, it's getting warmer, but now we are quite have just quite near the surface. So in winter times it's cold outside, and also in the few meters in the underground it's relatively cold. It's a little bit warmer than outside, but compared to deeper zones, actually is quite relatively cold. So this is also that the average operating temperature is low compared to other systems. But what we can use here is that we have also a phase change. So the soil actually bears a water, so it has a water content. And by reducing the temperature below 0 degrees Celsius, of course, this will freeze. And by this phase change from soil water to ice, actually, we can use these energy which gets free from the phase change, which is called the latent heat. So the temperature in the underground stays then for a specific time stable, but we can actually use this heat to heat the house as well. So this is quite favorable conditions for horizontal collectors. But of course, you have to make sure that this freezing period is not too long, because then you can get some problems in the underground and change some the surface and so on. So this should be avoided. The shallow heat collectors are typically installed at a depth of, as I said before, about 1 to 2 meters, and frequently used for single detached houses because you need a large free area to install these horizontal collectors, because you need also precipitation and so on for the recovering of the system, that the heats get back to the underground if you cool it down in wintertime. But we know horizontal collectors also now from school buildings, for example, using the playground or the soccer field for horizontal collectors. or also we know now so-called agro-geothermal. So on farm sites in rural areas, also horizontal collectors are installed.